Welcome, everybody. Thank you for joining us today. Oh, Natasha, nice. Beautiful. Hi, hi, hi. Ah, sweet. Okay. So yeah, this is quite a thing today for us, at least. Thank you again for joining. It is the end of the Crystal Fireside Chat series, and it is the end, and I'm crying already. Of the mission, of missions 1, 2, and 3, so it's quite big. I apologize that I'm so teared up. I've got my hormones going as well, so that's supporting the flow of water. Um, so yeah, apart from obviously being the end of something, this is also the birth of something, and we will hear more about it in a while when we have the slides as well. So yes, yeah, what else is there to say?
I love you all.
Okay, good. Let's start.
All right then. Bum, 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 bum. Here we are. There we go. So you might notice there's an octopus in the background of that image that you're looking at. The octopus is an interesting creature in that it has 8 arms. And 2/3 of the gray matter, the brain, 2/3 of the brain of an octopus are in the arms. And we've been studying the work of Sri Aurobindo over the course of these missions because Sri is he's very close to a lot of our hearts. And one of the things he'd like to share with you is that if you're thinking, so most of you are familiar with the idea of the overmind, that our soul has a direct connection to an overmind, which is our unique divinity. The level above that is where the mystery really begins and where the work of Sri and the mother was really focused, at least in the latter parts of their lives. And so what Sri wants to share with you is the easiest way to get into the supermind, as we're calling it, or the supramental, is to imagine that you're in one arm of an octopus. And what there is to do is to climb up that octopus, connecting with your oversoul. And when you do that, there's then a bridge between your oversoul and the supermind, and it's full of mirrors, that region. One has to be able to discern truth from falsity to get from the overmind into the supramental. And that's just what Sri wants me to share with you today, as a simple introduction, because we're all inside our octopuses at the moment. And he likes this diagram, yeah.
Yeah, the octopuses also came up. Some of you might remember, I did share that during the mission when I did a like a workshop about the cycle of women, the hormonal cycle, and how to be with that more in tune. And one of the things that came out of that weekend for me was that I realized, oh right, well, my womb is a connection to source, right? Because that's where the soul comes in. So and that was that was presented to me very clearly. And as I sat with that longer and longer, it was interesting because it was like I was energetically, obviously, I was going out through my womb, and I said hi through, the on the arms of the octopus, they have those knobbles, those um that I think they hold themselves to the rocks and everything. So they help them with the grip. Yeah, that's the word. And and I realized that I was sort of coming out of one of those saying hi to Source, saying, "Here I am, I'm ready, I understood it now." So it's interesting that now that you're like more with the supramental mind, that the octopus sort of came back in a different way.
Yeah,
And
because it isn't necessarily when you get into the supramental that you're with source. Source is another level entirely. It's like there's a great ocean somewhere in which lots of octopuses are swimming in, and we each have a supramental mind. And some of us are connected in our supramental minds, and some of us are actually separate octopuses. It's that's the image that I basically woke up to this morning.
Mm.
So today we're going to do a worldwide activation. The word I just received before, just the moment we started the call, was it's like a reboot of the planetary chakra system that we're going to activate and implement this afternoon. That's what we're going to do as part of the activation. Before we do that, we're going to ask Tatiana to take us through an exercise. She's going to ask us 3 questions. So Tatiana will take care of us for about half an hour, 40 minutes before we do an activation. And then if you want to, we've also got a message from 4 of our gods or guides that they've prepared some material that they wanted to share. So we have that after the activation, which is why we've asked to extend the time from an hour and a half today to 2 hours to leave time for that aspect at the end. Um, oh my goodness, Orion's popped up on the screen. Um, Let me just stop sharing there because I wanted to go back. 'Cause Neelam, you're new to this, and my well, you I guess you know my Grenfell story that I lived in Grenfell. You know that story, right? Before I went any further, I just wanted to thank some of
That's
the
when we connected around Granville.
right.
Mm.
Thanks for remembering. At that time, my mind was all over the place. And I wanted to acknowledge the 72 people that lost their lives in that horrific fire and they were my friends and my neighbors because without their loss, I wouldn't be here teaching and doing the work that we're doing if that disaster hadn't happened in London in the 21st century. And I wanted to thank my friend and my guide, Aaron, who got me on the road. He sent me this text message on the 21st of June 2021 to share that he'd been taking part in a ceremony at Glastonbury on the tour. What he shared was that the high heart of our planet was transferred from Glastonbury to here in Gozo. And at the time, I had no idea the relevance of that. I didn't even know what the high heart was or what it meant. And I'm still trying to work that out, if I'm perfectly honest. My day-to-day activity is simply surrendering to the divine and finding out what I'm meant to do today. And today we're going to activate the high heart of the planet, which is like the spiritual bridge and Tatiana is going to explain a bit more about how that works in a minute.
Yeah. Yeah, so oh, sorry, were you?
No, I just really want to see if there's anyone you wanted to thank. I mean, we obviously want to thank all of you for taking part in these 3 missions with us. It started in March 2 years ago, just after my father had passed, and I never really connected with my dad during my life, but when he passed, he was everywhere. And during that process of him leaving, some stargates were opened, and I felt that I came into direct contact with Orion, whatever that is, or whatever that being is that is Orion. And we started receiving these messages, and we wrote this blog about the coming times, and there being a change in system on our planet, and that a system was arriving from Orion that was going to be um, well, it would lead to the dissolution of everything that we really understand in our society. And what it would give us would be a template for a new society. So we received that and we wrote that.
Not knowing what all of that meant at the time, right?
Just thinking this is good. Like maybe someone's going to do that. Like, wow, what have we received here? Thanks, Dad. And then about 6 months later, we got the sense that, oh, there's a mission. And at that point, I'd already been guided by Babaji from time to time. And Babaji came in and he was like, okay, like that thing you wrote, you have to do that. At which point, luckily, Mark was around, and Mark said, I know this woman called Natasha, and she's really good at groups and knows all people connected to Matthias and the work that he's been doing. And maybe we can get enough people together to do a mission. And here we are.
Yeah. That was big help from Mark, obviously, and Natasha. That was really good because she brought, yeah, lots of people to the group. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what we then did is step by step we figured out the countries we had to go to. So we learned we had to go to 12 countries during the mission work and would implement the template there. And and then step by step it all came out that we actually downloaded a new chakra system for the planet. And welcome, Sabine. And nice to see you here too.
Hello.
Hello. And
Hello.
hello. So that all happened step by step on the journey that we figured out the countries we had to go to, that we figured out that we're downloading a chakra system for the planet, and then later we understood that obviously that's also for the humans. And so that was quite big. And then mission 3 we only heard about 2 months ago, maybe, that was actually already happening with our crystal fireside chats, and that was quite a surprise. But here we are. So yeah.
So here we are. Oh,
I think you
I
have
have to go over here.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, now. Okay, so that explains why Orion has appeared on this first page, because we're actually fulfilling Orion's mission here on Earth. So what's the time today?
What's the time today? So today is Kin 151. It's the blue galactic monkey. I harmonize in order to play, modeling illusion. I seal the process of magic with the galactic tone of integrity. I am guided by the power of vision. I am a galactic activation portal. Enter me. And then we brought this little prayer from the south. House of eternal sun. May right action reap the harvest, so we may enjoy the fruits of planetary being. Very fitting for today as a closing and an opening. So I'm gonna cry again.
Talk about this, or do you want me to stop?
I would stop sharing for a moment now. That was a bit quick. So now you got a peek into the next topic. So what happened as well during the preparation for this beautiful last call for the mission and the Crystal Fireside chats is that we came together. And I mean like sort of in the background, not all of you here now have worked on the preparation, but there was this group of people which consists of Liz and Mark and Tatiana, and those are the 3 active ones. Yes, there is Catherine as well, and there is my mom as well. But the 3 active ones, Tatiana, Liz, and Mark, they demonstrated to me something which is gonna make me cry again. What we learned when we started working together, or you learned it before I learned it, sort of, it was Aaron's vision was the Zion school, the mystery school of Zion, school of light. And it became pretty clear that we were going to be part of that we are going to, build that. It was always around, obviously. It was always there as being part of our purpose. And with this call, actually, it came to life. Because it wasn't necessarily us driving everything forward. It was people meeting even without us to organize what we have for today. And I'm super grateful that this is happening. It's quite mind-blowing and obviously rather emotional as well.
And Alenka, you can hear us. You've
Oh,
frozen for a moment.
Oh,
You're
okay.
back.
okay.
You're
All right.
back.
Okay. Well,
Thanks.
I don't know how far I got there or how far you heard me, but I'm super grateful for this happening. That the School of Light has come to life through you guys. So thank you very much for being here with us. And that brings us to the next slide, which is our first sort of together project, where Liz is going to say a few things about.
Oh, it's not sharing now. Sorry, Liz.
It's not sharing.
Okay.
Oh,
I can share an emergency screenshot if we get stuck.
you're smart, but I think I got it.
Oh, there we go. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So, just to share a little in the background of, myself, Tatiana, Catherine, we've kind of, since about November, December, maybe a little before, just looking at all the different aspects of the mission and the other work. David and Alenka have their Soul Ascension course, which I know is now called something different, and a few other offerings, but we're really looking at how to give this away, would be one way of saying it. And now there are several offerings which some of you are part of, and like that. So this offering is, but one of the things we were also really looking at is we all have this accessible and entry points for everybody, not to be constrained by too much by finances or other balances. But I'll say a bit more about that in a moment. So this offering is 7 workshops. As it says on the screen, it's the 7 excitements about death. And each of those excitements that David has been, has been channeled and been made aware of, these are kind of like passionate concepts that actually get in the way of us just accessing and being with the eternal. So the intention of this 7-session workshop offering is to focus on and explore each of those illusions that get in the way. Now, they may be very simple illusions that we don't think of as illusions, like, oh, well, there isn't anything next, or, well, there is, but it's, it's not going to be challenging, or whatever it is, whatever idea we have, and there are key ones. We're going to be examining each of those. So the barriers, effectively the barrier to being with the eternal, is going to be not week by week, because we do it every 13 days, but every session we will start to diffuse those. So the barrier between us and the eternal gets less and less, and we have access to it in a new way. Did that share everything? Did that communicate? I was checking David and Alenka. Did I miss anything? Yeah. We start in about 2 weeks, so Thursday the 21st of May, which is KIN 163, 6 p.m. Central European time, and then we will meet every 13 days, so it'll come back a day, a Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, and that ties in with the KIN calendar that you just talked about. I'm just going to do the money. So it's actually, the whole thing is pitched at 105 euros, which was calculated from it being 15 euros per session, and that was part of our inquiry of looking at bite-sized offerings that people could join. But for this, it does need to be the full 7 sessions, so it's 105 euros. Okay, that's it.
Thank you, Liz.
Thank you.
That's okay. Pleasure.
Yeah, so the 13 days is every wave spell. That's another one of those in the natural time, one of the cycles. So that's why we do it that way now. Yeah.
Okay.
I think there was nothing else to add.
No, I was going to share something, Tatiana, before you start. Tatiana, let me just let me share this. So this came to me. It's a little piece of art that came to me that wanted to be expressed today. I've used this in one other course, so you might have seen this before. This is Vince. I imagine Vince is a painter, and Vince has spent his whole life dedicated to certain principles and to understanding the spiritual nature of everything. And he's done that while a painter, and you can see from his headphones, he also has a deep love of music. And during his process, he was able to find a way to integrate his higher self into his heart, which is what that movement of the star indicates. Now, Vince fancies himself as a bit of a DJ, and of the weekend you'll find him spinning some tunes down at the local nightclub, which is why he's also called Vince the Christed Legend. And he has these three principles that he lives by, and I wanted to share those with you. The first principle that he lives by is courage. And specifically, you can link these first two principles together. His courage is not in the strength of his arm, but it's in the willingness that he has to be vulnerable and open with the other men and with his mother and with his girlfriend. And he's willing to bare his heart and to bare his all in front of people. And that's really his key to being able to experience delight, which is the third principle. And he takes his time to do his meditations and to clear his soul and his soul's karma. And the reason I'm sharing this today is, let me just stop there. Because that's why we asked Tatiana to do this final session for us. Because Tatiana, you don't know this, but like we've been watching your progress the last 2 years. You joined for the first mission in Russia, and we didn't know you. We didn't know where you were from, but you were very enthusiastic and very committed, and you wanted to speak with us. And I remember the first conversation we had with you privately. You were sat in your giant dressing room surrounded by all your beautiful clothes, but you were just sat on the floor and we just had this like beautiful conversation. I'll speak on behalf of Alenka because I'm struggling enough to not cry. You've demonstrated all those qualities in abundance. I know that you left your husband. I know you've reclaimed your maiden name. I know you've moved house. I know you've changed your career. I know you've started writing. I know you've got back in touch with nature and you're living in a place that supports that. I know you're helping the man who lives next to you can hardly see and is very aggressive, and you're developing natural and healthy boundaries around him and other people. I know that you're learning to listen and you're dealing with your greatest challenge, which is your relationship to time. And when I was thinking about what I was going to share with everyone today, I realized it's not my job to share and to ask questions of people today, but it's your job to do that because in a way we're giving birth to quite a few things through this process. And definitely you're giving birth to something at this time in your life. And so we just want to say thank you for being part of this mission and for always being interested in talking to us.
Yeah, and for going the path you're going. Thank you.
So without further ado,
The floor is yours.
Hand it over to you.
Oh, well, it's quite an introduction, and here I am on a stage with tears. Thank you. That was interesting introduction. Wow. It's an honor to be here, guys. It's an honor to close the cycle because this is our mission, collective mission. This is like my personal mission, and it's like what's inside of me, that's what outside of me. So and so the crystal heart of planet Earth. Today, my friends, I want to invite you into a different way looking at the heart. Not only human heart, but the heart as a living system. A system that exists inside of us and between us and even within the planet itself. And when I say the crystal heart of Earth, I'm talking about the iron core of Earth, hidden underground. And I'm speaking about coherence, about connection, and about the invisible intelligence that organizes our life. And when we started the mission, I joined the Orion mission, and in October 2024, we were activating the Norway, and I was on the top, physically on the top of the Stone Mountain in Georgia, in USA. And when I lay down and put my heart on the top of the stone, it took me into the inside the earth, through the tunnel, into the bright red orange heart of Earth. It literally took me to the core of the planet. And then when transmission was done and I've been shown the heart of the Earth, then I turned around and I laid back on the stone mountain. I looked up, and then I saw 33 vultures flying in a circle, and they disappear into the sky. I was waiting for them to come back. They never come back. So that was amazing activation. And so I do feel honored to talk to you about the heart of planet, guys. Thank you.
Say that again? No.
Do you want me to share your questions, Tatiana?
Do we do question? Yeah.
I don't know.
Question.
How do you want to organize or order it?
I would like to speak first, and
Okay.
then to okay.
All right.
So, and the guys, the heart is more than the organ. The heart is not only a pump, it's a feeling, it's like vibration. It's okay, let me continue. The heart generates one of the strongest electromagnetic fields in the human body. And emotionally we know that that's what makes us feel. And the iron heart of Earth, it's because the iron, what's been revealed to me when I was preparing for class, and I asked the question, what is the iron core of heart has to do with our heart? And the spirit brought me to the pineal gland, and gland in Russian language means iron. So it brought me to the pineal gland, to the iron, the seat of our consciousness. And so it started connecting. And that's the way everybody moves, because of the iron of the earth, iron in us. And that's what moves our blood. And that's when all the animals and birds, they know where to go, because they just follow that electromagnetic field. So, and we know that emotionally, right? We can feel people. We can feel tension in the room. We can feel safety. We can feel love. We can feel disconnection. And the heart communicates beyond words. So when ancient tradition spoke about the heart center, they were not being primitive. They were describing an experience of human coherence. And this is what I love. One of my favorite things is micro and macro. One of the most powerful ideas for me is the micro, reflects the macro, micro and macro. The same way our body has system of communication, the earth also has systems, electromagnetic fields, rhythms, cycles, resonance, water currents, tectonic movements, and living ecosystems. The planet is not dead matter. It behaves like a living system. And just like a human being become unhealthy through disconnections, through trauma, humanity also becomes unhealthy when disconnected from the earth, from each other, and from the heart. I want to say something real quick. Number 9 is the number of completion. And so what I've been shown today, for me, it's personally closing of 9-year cycle. I spent 3 years in working on mind. I spent 3 years in emotions and soul, and I spent 3 years in the body. For some people, and I really wish for you and wish for you that it will take you only 9 hours or 9 days or 9 months, but 9 years, it's quite deep, deep inside the core of Earth. So, but that's it. So then the crystal heart idea, oh, I love it. For me, crystal heart symbolizes coherence. David, do you have that image where the difference between crystal and the stone? Okay, it's okay. So a crystal, guys, you all know, if you look at crystal, I'll bring you right now. Hold on. Oh, it's right here. I don't need to go far. It's right here. All right, we got a crystal and we got a stone. Okay, perfect. So if you look at the light, the crystal is let the light go through. It goes through, nothing stops. But if the crystal get calcified and traumas and all the bad things happen to us, we close our pineal gland, we close our iron, and we become stone. And so the pineal gland crystal, it becomes a stone. And stone does not let the light through. It does not go through. And so for me, that's like a crystal forms through order, through structure, and through alignment. And I believe the human heart can be coherent, and that's what we want to be. We want to be coherent. Not perfect, not constantly happy, but aligned. When the mind, emotion, and body and actions begin moving in the same direction of the iron to the north star of the planet Sophia, something then changes. And people become clearer, more intuitive, more compassionate, and more alive. And the crystal heart is really the awakening of inner alignment. And as you may know, and if you don't, the heart, physical heart of human of us, consists of made of 4 chambers. It has 4 chambers. And one way I understand the heart is through 4 movements. Receive, life comes in, like I'm born, right? And I start receiving my parents, receiving my country, receiving my templates. Then we transform, receive, transform. In the transformation, the heart starts processing experience. Pain can become wisdom, and fear can become understanding. Then the heart, one of the chambers, it expands. Once I receive, transform, I expand, and the heart process, as awareness grows, the heart becomes larger than personal survival. We begin caring about others, about life, and about the planet. And I experienced that by begin caring about others. It's been amazing how, like, people you would before never look at and judge, and just like you really start loving the light and see the 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 light. And then the four chambers, it's to give. So once we receive, we transform, we expand, and then we give. The final movement is expression, sharing, creation, helping, loving, being present. And when these four movements flow together, the heart becomes coherent. And then the real awakening comes. I think awakening is often misunderstood. It's not escaping Earth, it's not becoming special. Real awakening is becoming more connected to yourself, to your body, to nature, to other humans, and to truth. The more disconnected we are, the more fear grows. The more connected we are, the more lives flows. And in the closing, I would like to say, so maybe the crystal heart of Earth is not somewhere far away. Maybe it awakens every time a human being chooses coherence instead of chaos, presence instead of numbness, and compassion instead of separation. Maybe the planetary heart awakens through us. And return to your heart, and you return to life. Thank you.
Thank you, Tatiana. We'll bring up the questions, yes?
Yes.
Yoo-hoo.
Yo-hoo-hoo.
Okay,
Whew.
there you go.
So, and we'll give how long for the question?
Did everybody get a read of the question? No.
Yeah,
Okay.
did it? Yeah, let's put it back on the screen. Yeah. When do you feel most connected to yourself and to life?
So Varsha shared in the chat and she wrote, when I am chatting and sharing and being with people, family and friends. Thank you. That's beautiful.
Of life before the call for the father of 2 or 3 of my school friends. And it brought many of our other school friends, like a network of friends from my hometown, to this one place. So I was feeling, coming immediately here to the call, I was feeling immediately very connected at the heart of what I would call my community, or a core community, like my childhood and then adulthood, because we've stayed connected over 50 years, almost 50 years. But then also it was very important for me to step away and come here. So it was like I had this bliss of being in one community, and then I got to step out, and within 20 minutes I'm stepping into another community and work that's very important. It's like I did email and check it was okay for me to go to the celebration of life for a short time, and I wasn't going to disrupt the whole proceedings, and it was really okay. And then so I could be here because this work was important. So actually that in between time, stepping from one, being at the heart of one group of family and friends and connection, and stepping into another community, that's what I love. I love, and that's when I feel myself. I know who I am in relationship to all those, and then the work I'm here to do as well. So, yeah, cool. Thank you.
Thank you, Liz. Thank you. Does anybody else wanted to share already?
Wow.
I
Oh, wow.
think I feel most connected to myself and to life when I'm helping others.
Oh. Wow. I can relate. I relate to that.
We have another share in the chat, which was from Natasha, when I'm under the water in the sea or waterfall. It's also very beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
For me, I agree with Varsha when I'm in the sea, for me, but also anywhere in nature, when I'm laying in grass or a field or touching the earth somehow. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel that too. Yeah, definitely. Nature helps a lot.
Yeah, I can add that to me, it's the most connected I feel when I'm with children. And lately I've been going to start swimming, and I can relate to ladies underwater. Yeah, thank you.
Constance is also sharing in the chat when I'm in a state of appreciation with beauty, with people, with nature. Thank you. Beautiful.
Love that. Love that.
Okay.
Shall I share your next question?
Yeah, if we're ready, yeah. So, what happens inside of you when you live from fear instead of from the heart? How does your body, energy, or relationship change?
Me, I hate myself. That came out a bit harsh.
Did yeah.
I wasn't expecting those words. But like, fear's horrible. Like, so I feel horrible. Like, it just feels horrible. So I hate myself. Like, that's how it is for me when I'm in a state of fear.
Yeah, we have Varsha to this question sharing, I'm immediately disconnected. I shrink. Thank you for that. Yeah, that was also a word you had before when we were looking at the questions. And then Constance shared in the chat as well,
Contract.
I contract rather than expand. Thank you for that. Yeah.
Yeah, and for me personally, it's my heart.
Constrict.
Constrict.
I constrict rather than expand. Okay, yeah, okay.
Sorry,
Thank you.
that's a different word.
Yeah.
New word for David.
It's like I almost need to go and put that into our new goggle and find out like what it means.
Neelam is sharing in the chat as well. perpetually small, vigilant, no peace, to be able to give or receive fully, blocked. Yeah, that makes sense. Thank you, Neelam.
Thank you.
Oh. Neelam also shared to the first question that came in when we were just going over to the next question. I'll just read that. So Neelam connects best in nature, any of the elements, chatting or in stillness with family and friends, making a difference. I feel alive. Wow, that's beautiful. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I act from fear, I get it normally comes out afterwards. I'm learning to be more conscious, obviously, to what exactly is happening, what is exactly like, and it's a journey to become that aware of myself, of all the thought and feeling processes in my body after 43 years of living a life on this planet where that didn't really matter. So my voice is breaking up again. It's not the internet this time. So so yeah, for me it comes out afterwards, and then I just feel, yeah, terrible. Like, yeah, like it's got the words like sort of useless and everything. It's just like, yeah, it's really painful, that's for sure. Yeah, acting from fear. And everything feels so much lighter when I come from love, and when I'm in my guidance and everything, right? Then it's just light and love, and that's beauty. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like the love is the crystal and the fear is a stone, so it's like
Yeah. Yeah, you become blinded, sort of. You don't see anything anymore.
you don't. Yep.
And yeah, when you're in love, you're more aware of others as well. Like, yeah.
I even remember in a personal level being such a stone that people another come and they shine the light, and I just nothing will go through. Like, as a matter of fact, you get mad at light. You get like like
Yeah.
angry at light, like get out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Neelam was sharing as well in the chat. I can feel the energetic impact on both my body and mind. Yeah, that makes sense as well. Thank you. Okay.
Oh, that was Natasha. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, that was Natasha. Excuse me, Neelam. Sorry, that was Natasha. Okay.
Good catch, Liz.
Yeah, thanks.
Anybody? Are we ready for next question?
It looks like it.
Yeah. Next.
Yeah, there it is.
If the heart is a system of connections, what do you think humanity is being asked to reconnect with right now? Is being asked to reconnect.
Very good question.
I think we are being asked to connect with our real true abilities, which we don't. Mostly. I'm just so sorry. I know a lot of people here probably do it more, but I don't think, and we could even say for any of us here, we really still don't, I think, have a sense of what our abilities are or could be or were, or that we're remembering and recreating. or creating newly. And was that where that was a long sentence. Yeah, I really do. My sense is there really are some quite incredible abilities that we're being asked to reconnect to. And we don't necessarily know how to do that, but that's it. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you,
If you don't mind me jumping in there, Liz, it's like I can see like it's almost like a central hub, say, in the heart, and it has these connectors, but like they're not necessarily connected. Like I know I have gifts. If only I knew how to get hold of them, you know?
And that's where I want to add when Liz says, and it is to me it's like the we have been asked to start remembering, like it's time to remember. Like today I had this sense like everything new, the message, everything new is already inside of you, waiting to be
Opened.
open. Yeah. And that's it's like, oh, and remembering for me personally. Thank you.
Thank you. Just gonna read from the chat again. Natasha shared as well, again in so she said to connect to the core of love. And Neelam shared in the chat as well. Connect with life, discern the illusions, connect with all that is, more unlimited, remembering all that we are and can be. Yeah, thank you. That resonates a lot. Mm. Mm.
I would just say, just remember that we are multidimensional beings.
Mm-hmm.
There's no limit to anything. We can be the octopus, connect.
I'm being asked to show this. Can you see it's got a hole in the center of the heart?
Yeah.
And I know that's come up in the chat as well, but I've never shown that before. That was made for us by Laura.
Yeah, dear friend Laura. Some of you know her.
And the heart has a connection to eternity. Not necessarily well publicized that we connect to eternity through the hole in the heart, but that's what the hole of the heart is for. We each must pass through this tiny, tiny hole in the center of the heart if we want to experience our unlimitedness. That's what they wanted me to say.
Mm. Nice. Thank you.
I'd like to add, last Sunday, working with children, a boy came to me, African boy. He was very distraught and crying. And I said, what's happened? He said, I really, really miss mama. I want to be with my mother. And I gave him a piece of paper, just like this, a white piece of paper. And I gave him crayons. And I said, let's go and draw how we feel. We just put colors on it and put it on paper. Guys, he came to me after a while and he brought me, and he had a hole in his paper made by his tears. And he said, I made a hole. And I was like, well, that's how you feel. And the child literally expressed the hole in his heart. And he drew the mother's head, just a head. So what we did together with boy, we took mom's head and we put it inside the hole of the heart, just like yours, that heart. And there was such a integration and transformation happen. And that was exactly what you just told me. It was happened last Sunday. Wow. And the message for me was that we all have that hole in our heart, because that the mother, it's like this mother heart, and if you don't have it, it creates hole and then tears and suffering, and we put it together. So thank you so much, David, for kind of putting it all, integrating together all our little pieces in one. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you. I was just going to read from the chat again. Constance has shared. Glad you made it, by the way, Constance, though you were working and all the other bits. So it's good to have you. So Constance shared to the last question, the inner intelligence of the heart in order to share in diversity and connection with others. And then she commented, beautiful. I think that was to what you were just saying, Tatiana, with the boy.
Uh-huh.
And then we have another comment from Neelam.
Oh, wow.
From Est, completion is when there's a hole where there wasn't. Completion is when there's a hole where there wasn't. And hole spelled WHOLE. So the whole thing.
The whole thing, yeah.
Not the hole.
Not the whole, but the whole
Got
thing.
it.
The whole
Yeah.
thing. Completion is when there's a hole.
That's a deep one, Neelam. You took us
That's-
deep. Yeah.
Wow, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay,
All right.
beautiful. Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Tatiana.
Thank you, Tatiana. So we have a hole in the heart, and that hole in the heart connects to a cord. And that cord, I started writing poetry in January. I've never been a poet. So some of how this comes out, it comes out in bits, like through my poetry, I get given bits of the puzzle. And so it seems that the soul does connect to the human in the pineal gland. So the soul has a connection, which is why people call it the seat of consciousness, because the soul actually winds itself around that little kernel of iron in the head. And it also makes a connection in the heart. So the soul connects to the pineal gland in the head, and it connects to let's just say it connects to the center of the heart. We're not going to give a physical location for that today. When one gets those two energy centers in congruence with the iron core of planet Earth, one has essentially passed through the center of the heart. That then releases a valve. And that valve is the thing that is stopping the human from experiencing the infinite. So once one gets the heart and the head in congruence, and they are resonant with planet Earth, then the valve opens, and it's like the spiritual valve is released. And this is the role of the high heart, which resides about 5 or 6 inches above the chest. It then pumps divine love into the body, and it never stops.
Ooh, okay, we've got joiners for the activation.
So we're going to activate the high heart today. Whether or not the valve is open or closed, you're still going to feel it. And you still receive divine love through the high heart into the heart. Whether your valve is fully open or whether it just opens from time to time, you still receive divine love through that spiritual energy center. It's not something that you don't get access to if you haven't fully got into congruence. We all have those moments in life where we come into congruence and we feel like we're meeting reality in a congruent state. And those states are generally when we feel this rush of love energy. And it might come up from the ground, it might come down from the heart, it can come from several different places, really. So, what we're doing today is we're bringing alignment to the chakra system. And we're going to do that planet wide, and we're also going to do that internally for ourselves.
Beautiful.
Okay. I wasn't planning to say any of
Yeah.
that. That just all came out.
Can we have a 5-minute break for the
That's what we
loop?
were planning. Yeah,
That
was to
was
take 5 minutes here.
the next stop is, yeah, 5 minutes, and then we'll see you for the activation. So Natasha and Piril, you'll have to wait a bit longer, but I'm glad you're here.
Okay,
See
thanks.
you soon.
So today they say we create a new dawn on planet Sophia. Himro ligi lomlaki. So though we have waited an eternity, they say, Inclo himna intro kilate himanroki. Amoho hinaite. So we call on all our ancient ancestors, Ilomlaiki, those that guard us, Kimum himnante, Rum rakitra lum imno inan humatai, kumleti, omumnake, omumna Humkatailoti. So yes, we call on our lineage of light on the internal planes also. Kurona me loki, Kurona am ulatai. And we call on the ascended ones, Inkren lomlaki. May they guide us. Kimo ama logon imra am poleloti. Kume am humra kira umnatai. Lom imno arati. Kikayo ieno imarati. So that each of us today is guarded. Imple loganati, ogana omananaki, omana omnake, rumarayati. So wherever you are sitting now or wherever you are lying, imgro imnanki, we let the light of the Christ flood you and flood that room that you are in today. Gratairo imra mano ligano inanaki. So as we begin, we focus in the center of our hearts. loganai me. So though I am who I am, and I am that I am, nakirate, in kiti, and I am with you, and you are that you are, inkle lomlaki, omle manro instra kolotai, shin lo am o kinate. And each of you are guarded, each of you are loved. He manaki. Each of us is held as if within the mother's womb. Homle gan rai mi, homre gan rai umate, sinslo kitaya lomlaiki, oma ina tiga romraki, kume logana man hinaite, logana im romra kalumlaki. Kimano, kimanai, hintro giron umraki, lamonra gedayate. So we call on the clans of dragons, Kim Kalomla, Kintrako, Im Lomlam, Kum Ketayate. We call on the 36,000 dragons, Kintre Lomlaki, Himaya Logana Kinro, Men Hom Hi Anake. For there is much anarchy in the world. Kumle Tinan Omna Hai. Homle Ganate, and we call on the clans of dragons, Kimeo Imana Loganatai, that it is the time of the great cleanse, they say. Kumeho Hienrai Lumleki, Intra Loma Laiati. Koko lilaite, imro amraiti. So we begin with the crown, with Russia. Im loganai marati, the lightest crown, kum he mano, in logan im omnaki. And as the light comes into the crown, it is dispersed vertically downwards through the body. Kim lo hinan omnaki. So as the crown begins to come alive, imlo hinan kum am logea im omate. We activate the lands of Russia. Imro hinai koro ku katayate. The lands that stretch almost forever. Ki ko imbraki. And as we open the mind, legano imbraki, an hinaya koena kurarati, the divine mind, im kro hinan logo kitan ro, kitana omna ileloti, the mind where all is brilliance, ikelo inanro implo pipayate, where everything connects, kumtre kalayo im hum in amati, kin an rotaya, tino amloki. And as we connect the heart to the mind, kumre amno alate, imlo imnaiki, komhe amna mumate, lom katayatiro me. Tongra ikra lolo, tongra makrati. So the heart, it corresponds with the lands of Nepal and the mind with Norway. Inki Homman Umnakai. And we activate both of those crystal cities now. Im Kalolo, Im Kanaihe, Im Plakanati. And I gave great thanks, Kika Lololo, Lilalalana, Umatairoki, for those that have guarded these cities. Kimano, Inana, Kilalati, Ome Hikanrotai. Kugre mai amlote, tigre umnaki. So when the mind and the heart connect, it gives us access to the throat chakra, to the voice of God. Imple logana manruraiti. And the lands that correspond with the new throat chakra for our planet are India. Ki tra loganmai impro palalate. So in the throat chakra, kilinlo am poran kilan homi. They said during the first Indian activation, the very land of India used to sing, and that the different aspects of the country, the land would sing different songs. Kumle Mairoti, and I call back those times. Kimlan Umname, Humana Inka Lolo, Inka Lam Humnaki. And so now we must turn to Egypt. Inka loloti, manoj ki tada, tuta rana kola, kikana omnaki. And it is a dangerous portal to approach is Egypt. Kinle omnaki, for many kings laid down their lives to create the darkness there. Kin ro magailo ima omate, imla hana hum hinai lugra hamate. So I lived a lifetime in Egypt, which came back to me during this activation that we did during mission to Himai Regan Takanloti, Im Loham Homaya, In Ro Gan Ki Manholo Hinante, Kinai Lom Hite, Lomli Amrokai, Komham Homate. And Egypt is the hand chakra of planet Sophia. Kimelo, Imano, Am Roganhaimi. And I ask that the hands, the ability to act in and on the will of divine law, are activated globally. Kulemaya imate, lomli karate, in homan makranti. So in human bodies, all around this Zoom room are kings and queens of old. Kimendro, Kimana, Omlati, Implohanatai. And that may be one of the lifetimes for you to connect with now. Kumeho, Himai, Loganaimi, Mongrahanate. For it is the clearing of those kings and queenships that will bring order back to planet Sophia. Kum lam homnaki. So we delve deep into the mystery as we address what we used to call the root chakra, which we now call the chakra of life force. Inclo hinante, am logan re mantro im olumete. For great light may be emitted from the central region within the hips. Kuram homnaki, inclo imnan oraon ragarati, So the energy that is coming up through the life force chakra of planet Earth today is the orange light. Hinkro lamlai karan rum himlo, ineho hinra kuratai. And the orange light obliterates all that is not in light and in truth. Logan ri garumate intro hinante lo ham homati. So in the center of the chest, combined with the heart center, is the new will center. In krohim lom im prahan hum ketailoti. And whether one is still trapped in the old 3D reality, incrolimlaiki, and one can tell if one is, because one will see the shape of a box in one's heart space. Incrulamlaiti, manan mugai ritara kunkatayate, incronlati, am uma ina anate, hinlo garamlo, imen lakinate, hum ramana moma migra umatai. Hum hem lumleki. Kiman omate ama ulatairo ima uma lo gin hum amplo kiate. So to amplify our influence on this planet, kiran ru lam hum higayate, im lagaya rumena intro ki pum katairoki. We begin to act, we begin with Gozo or with Malta, Kim lem lomati, ama uma, inain kumra ham lom laki, omla ama umatairoki. And we activate the high heart of the planet. Kim logan hinanke ima oma tura hirate. Greenite, Gruman Logan, Im Humate. So it is a green light that is coming through the high heart of our planet. Kulen Im Umatai. A green light that is to permeate all the vessels on this call. Inkla Human Logan Ri Umatai. Kim Hum Wai Rumhiki Lum Man Unkatairoti. kin noman logai. So as we take a pause here, we breathe into the heart. We breathe into the heart again. We take a third breath into the heart. So in the center of the head, there is an organ, as we like to call it, called the amygdala. Kim lom am hinaite. And they call it the store of fears. Himla gumna, guma gimate. But maybe it is much more. Him ho han, himote, ima oma alogoti. And maybe it is our direct connection to the rest of the universe. Loganai mi kateate, tia logana manaki. So today we speak to the American crystals. Kukana ama olati, oma ala ugamaya, ugamea, oma ilate. For the universal light center is the United States. Anai hon rigante. And in that universal light, we can sense our connections, our inseparability, the impossibility that we are different. Iken o men raiti, that all men are created equal. Inklo himnan omraki. So long as we include all the women, all the species of animal, all the plants, all the beings, all the elements, and all the light. Umana inana loganati, logana imkro ham homatai, inkro ila am hekeroti. So the region of the body that is like the tummy, let's say, kim lom lamarumraki, the part of our body that digests our life force. Himkro am Olate. And this corresponds to Germany in the country of Europe, that central unifying force, they want to say, that so the German chakra is the galactic light portal for our planet. Cum lai magren ompta lulakai, ogremtai lam loki. So as we distribute light through the Earth grid, kon ramanroki, we open the galactic light portal, him logan man humreroki, ram rugi man umlaki. And there is still much darkness in the land of Germany, kumham humrati, and much light would like to pass through that portal, but it faces much darkness. Agron Migueloti, Agron Magan Logan Jimeno, Jimenai Logena Amana Omnaki. Hinan lugra heman homa han logo liety. So when each of our individual souls come down to this planet, they connect to the crystal heart of the land that your mother, so where the womb that your soul entered was physically at that moment, the soul also connects to the crystal heart of that land. And so for the soul, there is no separation between the land, that land that your mother was stood on, and you. They are one and the same from the perspective of the soul. And so each of us has a unique and individualized 13 chakra, which you could call the Christed light chakra. So for me, that is the crystal heart of Scotland. Imlogan hinaiki am orote. So to that crystal I gladly return today. Imlogan imraki. And though you have kept my life force safe for my journey on this planet today, Imen logen raham i maganlo hinanro ki ko tayate. Him om imaya, im om retarum raki. It is time for me to connect throughout all the crystal hearts. Regan Loti. So as you connect to the crystal heart of your mother nation, Ilang Logai Ilen Loti, Amego Imeai Ima Rumrete. We bring the light of that crystal heart into your body and to surround you in the room that you are in today, the crystal light of your birth. And as each of you connects to the crystal heart of your birth nation, Kume lo hi han homaya, in lo hamati ham omne kar kum katai. There may be a message for you. Kum ki am om humatai. Hin lo hi no gran tero ki. For that land and that crystal will guard and protect you. Kumle amero hin lo gana gomate. And as the life force of your soul permeates the crystal of your mother nation, who genlei, who gets to choose where you send your light? Hinlo kanro kimayate. For your home country may need your light. Hinlo gan imroki ama olate. And today you have access to the infinite source of all love. Hinlogan amroki en omna humatai. And today you may choose where you distribute that light. And for me, I choose to distribute that to my family. Himlo hinaite, imro am olate. Agero hamnaiki, olemlai arati. So as we bear in mind the connection of the soul to the pineal gland and the connection of the soul to our heart, and as we concentrate and bring coherence to the connection in the head and the connection in the heart, humlagaya, omate, ama lomati, huma he, huma I, oma, ruka, amlo, imna, humatai. we give thanks to our mother and father, Him Logan Raimi, without whom we would have no purpose and no future here on this planet. Cum Legan Omnate, Inlo Amati. And I give great thanks for the community, Ham Om Ilatai, this great community that has supported and implemented Orion's mission for Earth. Tumataya, Timaki, Tima Lomate. So as we send our light through the crystal of our mother nation, Inglom Hamroti, there is no end to the light that these crystals are able to emit. Ukom lemai hite. As Tatiana expressed, the only thing that's preventing infinite light being experienced on our planet is each of us and our progress as an individual in our accelerating ascension process. Igamai, igate, igalemete. So in seeking direction, iklom hamroti, we move to the chakra between the knees, hum lagan om nakai. So we can begin to move again. Hem lo im am om humakai kima komate kima kumreti. Am logan im poko pokataya pikatea imalogan amati. For this region between the knees, kum lam homreti, may not have been active, kumatai, kumale, kumalegate, hem, hom ham, hugren amroti. And it is to the land of Turkey that we activate. And as we begin to move anew, they say, Ru Kamaya, bear in mind we are now connecting more deeply into our shared reality than we have done previously. Kumen Loki, Kamanlo Ampro Hinate. So it takes great concentration, they say, to stay in one center. Uga mia amate, uga man humatai. So they request us to pay attention to the hole in the heart. In klom hamroti, in klom am umatai. For it is to this this place, they want us to focus the direction of the travel of our consciousness. So this is the direction of travel that they are requesting that we follow, that we focus on the path that leads through the center of the heart. Hingrom Lati. And that is congruent with the will of God chakra, which is South Africa. Kumkamai Imrati Lom Ham Gromlati. And long have I waited to activate the will of God on this planet. Kimtro im neho im am Oma ligana ru ramanaki. For through the ages it has been switched off. Inkla humate, inkla umnaki. So we begin to activate that crystal now. So that all the gods may pass through this will of God portal in South Africa. Umlegan, mantro himate. We ask you all to join with us in saying, Kumleman, come the gods, Imlaki, come the gods, let them return and be here. Lemonraki, lemon rugan hitaya. Ukam kom, ukem ti, ukem komatai. Ilo I, ilo I, ilo im amate. So as we bring focus to the center of the heart, ige lo, igam om, umnaki. Gano manan omti, ganan om rimro tayati, rimro raya romari, langan kotai, lan gum gam umheti. So as we bring our selves down fully to be within the heart, hinkatai, lomate, lumenroti, our full selves, as they come down, they also pass through that hole in the heart. So it is to Brazil, the land of the rainforest. Himgro Amnaki, the deepest land on our planet. Himkle Umnati. Let's just say that land goes all the way to infinity. Kika Lomatai, Loma Lamati, Loma Legehoti. There is deep crystal in the lands. Humle, Hamro, in la Kuratai. And my life's purpose is to connect my oversoul into the crystal of Brazil. Puramai imete loma kairoti. So we ask that you all consider that that is the new soul star energy center or chakra, and it is located underneath the body, beneath the feet, inside of our planet. Kumea kumaya kiminati, kimina lom, intro kalati. And there you can find yourself, hintro amnaki, with the deepest connection, or lomlaki, to our earth matrix that you can possibly get. Oh,
Welcome back, everybody.
that was quite the activation.
That was a bit even bigger than we expected. So you're welcome to hang around a bit longer if you wish, if you have the time. It is already 5 in our zone, in our time zone. Yeah. Thank you all being here.
That's beautiful. One of the things my spiritual dad Thoth told me, we needed 15 people for the activation to work, he said. There's 15 participants in the Zoom room right now.
Yay!
I was like, how are we going to do that? Like, anyway, human gets very worried about stuff.
Oh. Yeah, do feel free to share if someone wishes to share. You're welcome to. Oh, wow. Wow. That's all I got. I mean, I don't know if you noticed. I guess some of you who've heard me channel tone before, it was quite fascinating that I was bringing down, 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 which hasn't happened before. And I was like, oh no, I wasn't going up again. No, down, down, down. So that was quite interesting for me. And yeah, also my country asked me to ground. So that was, yeah, be grounded.
Thank you, David.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you all for being here.
Mm.
It was amazing. Thank you so much. It took me the earth. I was really inside and all over and sideways, and I did the same. I connect with you, Alenka, of vibrational sound. I really got it. I was like, whoa, that's different. Let's go with that. And it just took me down, and then it goes up, and I was playing with tones, and then it calibrated back, and it just calibrate both forces, and it stopped right here. So I really followed your vibrational guidance as a sound. It was wonderful. Thank you guys so much. And I put the love all over my country and my hometown, but it was physically manifest. Like it was my whole ancestral thing showed me right here in the back of the head, and then it just took me and with the spine, it started connecting my head of back of my scalp to the beginning of my spine, kind of start doing things. And yeah, and then that I also connected like America and Russia. It was like two forces inside of me, and it's like, okay, let's. Oh, it was just another. Thank you. I am also thinking about Mark. I wanted him to,
I know, I realized that when
power.
we started, Tatiana.
Yeah, and
Mm.
I'm like, I just want to acknowledge Mark that I really felt guided to have him, and I think my nerves took over, and I did not.
I forgot myself.
Oh
Good.
God.
Oh, good.
I've I've had the most exhausting week in years, and I am in exhaustion right now. So I turn my camera off and lay down just to survive the rest of the call. So I'm
Oh,
feeling
thank
better, but I don't want to get up yet. So it's all good to miss it.
Okay,
That's
good.
perfect. Thank you.
Okay,
Yeah, because
beautiful. Yeah, that completely slipped our minds as well. So thank you.
oh, thank you, Mark. Thank you. Perfect.
Wow.
Well, I'm glad I sent that message out and hopefully got a couple more of you to show up than would have come. It would certainly nice to
Yeah.
have.
Got to the 15.
Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah.
Exactly. It felt great.
Yeah.
Mm.
All right. Liz is sharing in the chat. That was big. Feel I stand on new ground. Nice. Yeah. That's good.
Few others as well in the chat.
Oh yeah. Um, Yeah, Pearl said that was powerful. Yes, and lots of hearts from Constance.
Yeah.
Thank you. Hmm?
Powerful.
Yeah. Okay.
Powerful.
We leave you with it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining. Oh, yeah, sorry, please go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, given most of us can't quite speak at the moment, please share into the group if you're in the group. If not, for those not in the group, reach out to your person or one of your connections.
Exactly. Yeah,
if
please.
you want to share. So just, I'm just saying that because it kind of feels like in a few days we might have more to say, or in a week's time.
Exactly. Yeah. And also, oh, wow, fireworks. And also about your experience with the mission, like however long you've been there, you're welcome to share what happened for you, right? We spoke a bit about Tatiana, but like obviously there's your personal experience that you had over the time that you were with us. So we're absolutely delighted to hear your experiences if you wish to share either with us personally or obviously in the groups. And so thank you very much for being with us today. Okay. See you.
Thank you,
soon.
everybody. Love you. Bye.
Bye.